Hello everyone and welcome to WorldWarZ Aftermath. In this video I'm going to share with you something I was wondering for quite some time. How many normal Zeke can each unmodified heavy weapon kill? First the rules. I'm running with a Vanguard so I don't get any benefit from the heavy weapons. I'm running in extreme difficulty with Cannon Fodder, Restless horde for maximum number of normal Zeke and the heavy hitters mutator in order to find and test as many heavy weapons as possible because I really wanted to test each heavy weapon at least a dozen times in order to have the numbers right and under normal circumstances. So without any further delay, let's begin with our first entry, which is the single shot RPG. The maximum number of Zeke it can kill is 60. And it can be achievable very fast. It's a single shot. The low end is 42 to 45 kills, however, the high to middle end is from 55 to 60. So you get your value and it's one of the most reliable heavy weapons. The next entry we're continuing with the explosive heavy weapons and we're jumping to the MGL. It has 8 shots. Now the maximum number of kills per shot is 14. So the potential maximum kills you can do is 112 in case you land the perfect shots. However, that's not always true. You have the low end and the high end. The low end is when you spam it, because in my videos I do recommend to not spam it for this reason. The low end starts from 61 to 70. As you can see, you lose a lot of kills because the middle to high end starts from 85 and goes to 110. So if you don't spam it, you can go to that 100 kills per MGL, although you will just have to shoot it a little slower. Our last explosive entry is the Payload Rifle. It has 6 shots, maximum kills per shot are 10, so potential maximum kills are 60. However, if you spam it, you have the minimum end of the kills from 40 to 45, but if you don't spam it as much or you use it against very huge pyramids, you have the high to middle end from 50 to 55 kills per payload rifle. Our next entry is the Taiga 12 heavy shotgun with 50 rounds. This and every next entry are much more peculiar. They required a lot more testing to see their maximum potential or the average kills we can achieve, because the maximum kill per shot you can do are 4. However, with an unmodified version, this is 1 per 10 shots, so you can never ever reach the maximum potential of 200 kills with an unmodified version, because the average kills you can do are from 1 per 3 Zeke with each shot, so you can expect the minimum number of kills to be 70 to 85 depending on the distance, and the maximum number of kills can be a little above 100, so 100, 110. Depending on the distance, honestly. The closer you are, the more Zeke you will kill because it's a shotgun and it fires a lot of pellets. The Mag 5 machine gun has 100 rounds and it operates a little similar to the Taiga 12 shotgun. However, the maximum number of kills per round are 3 and you can never, of course, once again reach the maximum potential because this is 1 every 10 shots, something like that. So you cannot reach the 300 potential maximum kills. However, you reach a little better for the average and the minimum and the maximum because it has a much better range compared to the Taiga 12 shotgun, so you can kill from 75 to 80 with a low side, and the high to middle end is 95 to 110, and it doesn't require any distance. That's why it's a little better from the Taiga 12 for any range. However, in close range, the Taiga 12 can be a little more formidable. The Flamethrower has 150 fuel, has terrible range even compared to the shotgun, but has, let's say, minimum range and can kill a significant number of Zeke even if they're not very close by. However, the Flamethrower can be used only behind the fence, which can barely kill any Zeke. So the kills are less than 10 when I tested it, and the kills against specific pyramids such as the second level of Tokyo are from 38 to a little above 40. So very disappointing against pyramids, very limited pyramids you can use it against, so yeah, don't use it against pyramids. and the regular Zeke, it's better to use it against bulls because it can stagger them and stun them, set them on fire and kill them quite easier, so use it against that. So I want to say I saved the best for last, however I saved the most complicated for last. The chainsaw has 100 fuel. Against pyramids, can only be used behind the fence, or once again specific pyramids such as the second level of Tokyo, which I made all my tests. Now, behind the fence, in New York for example, I did an average number of kills using heavy attacks behind the fence from around 288 to close to 300. However, this isn't by far the maximum potential of the chainsaw. When you face pyramids that are not behind the fence, such as I mentioned in Tokyo, you get so many more kills that you can drop the whole pyramid, for example, the first pyramid in Final Call, using 18 to 20 fuel. And the kills there for me were from 135 to low end to the maximum of 162. I also tried to see how many kills I get per swing, either using the heavy attack and the regular attack, which is the one that you swipe. Now the one that you swipe can kill a minimum from 20 to 37 Zeke, I don't know because I cannot test it as much as I can, especially the regular attack is extremely it's extremely risky against pyramids. I got downed every single time I tried to use it, so I didn't have as many tries as I wanted. In comparison, the heavy attack is much better to drop the pyramids, you don't take any damage from most of the Zeke, and the kills can go from 20 per swing to 41. But from here on out, it's very hard to calculate the maximum number of potential Zeke you can kill with the maximum number of fuel. Behind the fence, it's around 300, but if you don't face them behind the fence, you have much better fuel consumption. And based on the math we have right now, that I'm comfortable with sharing, but they can be very wrong, I'm not sure, if we can do 162 kills with 20 fuel, logic dictates that we can do around 810 potential kills with a chainsaw under the same circumstances. And based on the fuel consumption data we have so far, you can do 2 heavy swings per 1 fuel consumption. So if you can do, let's say, a little above 40 kills per heavy swing, the math adds up to do a little more than potential maximum 800 kills per 100 fuel. However, in my opinion, this requires a little more testing, which I don't know if it's worth it. The chainsaw is one of the best for the maximum number of kills, however, it's very limited to very few maps you can use it against the horde. There are so many maps and so many pyramids that you don't have access with the chainsaw, or you can kill them as a climb up, which is not the best use of a heavy weapon in my opinion. Let's move on to my personal preference and unmodified heavy weapon ranking against the swarms and normal Zeke. My number 1 choice is the MGL and my number 2 is the RPG. It could easily be vice versa because RPG is faster and it has a very decent kill count. However, it's less flexible to the MGL and that's why it goes to the number 1 choice. You can kill 2 pyramids or drop them using the MGL. You can use it more strategically, use a couple of shots, 2 or 3, to drop the pyramid, use your tier 3 weapon to drop the rest, and just save the MGL to make things a little easier against certain pyramids. And the RPG lacks that flexibility, although it's much more faster and more efficient. Number 3 and 4 spot goes to the Taiga 12 and the Mach 5 machine gun. Now, depending on if we are facing swarms in close or long range, this will take my preference. If it's close range, yes, I will prefer the shotgun. If it's in longer range, I will prefer the heavy machine gun. The number 5 spot goes to the Payload Rifle. Now, it could easily go to number 3 spot because it's a little faster and more efficient compared to the shotgun and the machine gun. However, the reason simply it goes to number 5 spot is because I don't want to waste it against the swarm and I want to save it to kill bulls or screamers or sometime other annoying special Zeke because it's much better, it has infinite range, very fast, and it kills these pesky specials very easy. Flamethrower is out of the ranking because it's very disappointing against pyramids, it has dreadful range, and even in close range it barely does any kills. That's why I completely remove it. It's the last choice to go for the heavy weapons in case I want to kill pyramids, and personally I would prefer to use a tier 2 or even a tier 1 weapon instead of the flamethrower against the pyramids. And finally, the chainsaw. It can either be the last option or the first depending on the level. If you, for example, go to Tokyo where you can use the chainsaw to maximize its potential, or some levels in New York you can use it behind the fence, it can easily go to my top choice. However, if you go to any other level that you cannot take advantage of the chainsaw and you need something with long or medium range such as the shotgun, then the chainsaw drops to the last choice. And so that was it for today's video. I really hope this will be quite informative for those that were wondering how many Zeke you can kill with unmodified heavy weapons. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video, and extra thank you in case you stick around until the end. And feel free to stay tuned, subscribe for more upcoming videos I do release throughout the week for WorldWarZ Aftermath and other video games. And as always, I wish you all a wonderful day.